Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you jumping on. We have that mutual contact, Indie Band Guru, that set us up, and that was
Yeah,
cool.
man.
So yeah, let's just get right into it. As far as I mean, I saw your page on there, and right away, three people came to my mind. And first of all, for everybody who doesn't know, you're also an actor and a musician. So I got to tell you, when I first saw your music, I was like Slash, Johnny Cash, and Bruno Mars together. I'm serious. And I mean, it's those are legends right there. So that's a big compliment. But I feel like there was some. Is there any inspiration connection between your music and any of those guys?
It broke up after Johnny Cash. What was the other name?
Slash, Johnny Cash, and Bruno Mars.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow, man. Wow. Well, hey, man, that's good company. I'll
Hey, oh
take it.
hell yeah.
I'll take it. For sure. I mean, they're all great.
Right.
I have a big blues background. Stevie Ray Vaughan really kind of changed my life at about 13, 14 years old. Really got me into guitar. Up until that point, I was primarily a drummer and, acting and all that. So guitar, more melodic songwriting, and getting into being a front man, that started, Stevie Ray kind of ushered that in. And then from there, dude, there's so many influences, ranging from the Doors to the Police, the Chili Peppers, and I found trends not only from a artistic standpoint but also a production standpoint. I found that a lot of these bands, whether you take Metallica, Stone Temple Pilots, like I said, the Chili Peppers, you'll see these common threads of either Rick Rubin produced or Bob Rock produced. So those gears started churning as well, and I was insanely infatuated with the recording process. So for me, the criteria was always, great songs, great performances, and killer production. Even if it was simple production, but killer production and just the whole enchilada. So, and I think the three that you mentioned have all that. I mean, for sure. Anything Guns N' Roses put out, Bruno Mars, Johnny Cash, it's timeless. So, and you hear the talent, man. It's not fabricated.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I said, if you had inspiration in any of those kind of people, something that you just said, bringing it back to like bringing it down to a simple level. Something else that stood out to me, and I feel like Bruno Mars is the same way, is that I could picture you from looking at your page and hearing your music, like without anybody around, just going to town, pretending you're playing an instrument, like just enjoying a concert of one by yourself, like just like jamming out with nobody around. That's kind of how I feel about, like, you just really enjoy what you do.
I do it quite often, and I do it all the time because 90 something% of the time I'm playing everything on the record. So it's man, it's a great feeling. As great as it is doing it on your own, obviously playing in a band and having great people around you, that's a whole other high. So, music's about bringing people together. It's about that cultivation and that culmination of spirits, collaborating. I've been fortunate to be in good band situations, but, the solo thing, I got burned a couple of times early on, and I say it in a positive way because it really did push me to bring the best out of me. And it created essentially a reason for me to pursue the other elements in the industry. Again, playing multiple instruments, just learn, and because I like doing it. So that's the main thing. Like, I just found a whole passion for music production in my teen years. And then I found a passion for shooting music videos, So the more you know, I think the better off you are. And again, the more you know, maybe it's the opposite as well. So it just depends. But
speaking of the passion for shooting music videos, the Black Boots and Blue Jeans video, starting out with the megaphone on the microphone in the beginning.
Yeah.
What was behind that? Like, whose idea was that? Yours?
Well, I'll tell you, man, Scott Whelan from Stone Temple Pilots. You can learn a lot from him, and he's been gone now, I think, since 2015, which is really it's hard to believe. And he was kind of like, in my opinion, one of the greatest frontmen of all time, without a doubt. But he was really kind of the last, again, in my opinion, the last guy who really did it right in rock and roll. Kind of had the Jim Morrison vibe, kind of had the David Bowie vibe going on. Incredible singer. And as great as the chops were vocally, I mean, the guy just freaking owned the stage.
Yeah.
He just owned it. So, was willing to take risks, take chances. And, rock, you've got to have that element of kind of like WTF.
Right.
You got to have that element of, what is going on here.
Right.
And he was able to bring that on top of the incredible band. So I digress, but that's where the megaphone came from, was Scott.
So hearing you throw out all those names is also no surprise, because one of your more recent releases is Old Soul.
Yes, sir.
And the video is out, everything, the link, people can find it on your Instagram page. But
yeah.
In your definition, what makes an old soul?
That's a great question. I think what makes an old soul really has to do with the philosophy on life and the ideology. I mean, I'll be completely candid and transparent. I'm not a fan of social media. Never really have been. And it's funny because people always say, "Oh, I love your accounts. They're great." Blah blah blah. And it's like, I don't think they are. I think I'm a subpar social media guy. I don't really think I'm that great at it with communicating to my fans. I wish I was better at it. But I think it comes down to just being a traditionalist to a certain degree, enjoying the simple things of life, being a deep thinker. Again, they could all be to your demise, so it just depends. But I would say that that's really what it comes down to, is having a respect for values in the sense of respecting the roots, respecting the values and the roots from traditional blues music, traditional jazz, and which migrated into rock, to rockabilly, to rock and roll. And
let's go with that for a second, because you also have experience with Buddy Guy and BB King. Can you talk about that for a second?
Yeah. I opened up for both of them on separate occasions. BB King was twice at DPAC in Durham, North Carolina. And this was years ago, because BB passed away a few years ago. It was in my later teen years. Buddy Guy, same thing. I think I was like 17 or 18. Buddy Guy, I wasn't on the same, it was the same festival, and our band was playing adjacent to his venue. Okay. So we played there, and we were all part of the event. We were on the same poster and everything. And then BB King, it's crazy, man. It's, what can you say? It's just, it's the guys who started this.
Besides, I heard BB King was such a nice guy too. Did you see him interacting with the fans? I heard he was such a nice guy.
It's fantastic. Yeah, and unfortunately, it was towards the end of his life, so he was really fighting diabetes at the time, and wasn't really doing too well after the show. But that's BB King, man.
There's nothing else you could say, really.
No, there's really nothing else you could say. Buddy Guy, same thing. Just incredible to see the guys. I mean, to be in the proximity of the guys that influenced Stevie Ray and Hendrix and all these guys. It's unbelievable. So
it's right in front of your face, living history book right there, right in front of your face. So the actor side of things. Can you talk about The Irishman? What was your role in The Irishman?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was a quick, I got a text from the casting director, or is it some text or email at whatever o'clock at night. midnight, maybe even 1 in the morning, and said, we're looking for some folks in this scene. Can you make it down to Manhattan in time? And it was the next morning, and I said, yeah, obviously, because everybody knew about the Irishman. We didn't know all the names, but we knew
Right.
De Niro was in it and everybody else.
They could barely fit all the names on the bill, man.
Right, right. I'll tell you, man, it was nuts. It was a whole lot of sitting around, and when you've got a movie with that amount of budget, we're talking whatever 180 mil,
Yep.
a lot of sitting around, and it was fun though. So yeah, it was just one scene. I don't even know if you can really see me, but it's just one scene, and with Pesci and De Niro when they're at the gala event.
Okay.
All I remember is the beautiful chandelier. I was just looking at the chandelier, and so that was where I was.
Did you run
there.
into
If
Sebastian Maniscalco? Oh, sorry. Good.
No, if somebody can find me, they'll win $5 because I still can't find where I am there because it was just I don't even know if they still have the same shot. But yeah, I was there, man. It was cool.
Did you run into Sebastian Maniscalco at all, the comedian that was on there too, or no?
I don't think he was on set that day, but Sebastian's hilarious. My dad's a big fan.
Oh, he's awesome. He is awesome.
Yeah.
So your acting background, did you do musical theater or no?
Yeah, a lot. I started. I was heavily trained in theater, and shout out to North Carolina Theater in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I heard the fairgrounds in Raleigh are cool. I want to get there for something.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of history. I think that fair has been going on for over 50 years. And the bands played the fairgrounds many times. Yeah, it's a cool spot. I mean, Raleigh, there's a lot of history in Raleigh. A lot of bands that have come through. A lot of great bands that have actually made it from Raleigh back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even now. You got the American, Scotty McCreery, Clay Aiken, a lot of talent here.
Yeah. So you grew up doing musical theater as well. I was going to ask you. Let's say if you were going to do a musical theater production now, what would you put the title on it to describe your musical career up to this point? What would you title it?
I'm sorry, title my career, or
so let's say you were starring in a musical about your career up to this point. What would be the title of
that? The Hustle.
What do you say?
The Hustle. Yeah, The Hustle. The 18-hour workday, the 16-hour workday, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, I tell you what, for 18 hours or however many work per day, it seems like you really enjoy what you do, and I really enjoy your page, and I hope everybody goes to check it out. And you're going to play a song for us. We're going to come back and do another one. I appreciate that. And
sure.
You want to tell everybody where they can find you, and maybe give a quick little bit about the garage sessions and what that's all about?
Yeah, so J Damico Official, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the platforms. YouTube is just, you can find Jason Damico. The garage sessions was essentially a session that I decided to run right kind of like smack in the middle of quarantine, because there's really no way for the band to play. So we just saw it as an opportunity to just kind of freshen up, just kind of knock the cobwebs off, and then also to just have some fun, and get some new content for when booking season comes around again. Just to have, I mean, we only released a third of what we shot, maybe even a quarter of what we shot. We shot probably 2 to 3 days worth of takes, and 15 or 20 songs, covers and originals. So it was fun, man. It was fun to just be in the room again and get loud and just have a great time. And the new record, which we're still kind of keeping on the down low, but I'll say it here. We've got some major names on this next record, and we're going to be streamlining the singles with the names coming up very soon. So definitely subscribe, stay tuned. These guys are rock and roll royalty, legends, and I mean, it's just like, so grateful to have them. It's unbelievable. So big stuff. I'll keep it under the cover for now, but within the next couple of weeks, we'll start rolling out the official information and start the campaign.
Awesome. I hope you come back on, and we're going to do another song now. So guys, check out the garage sessions up now, which you can find, like Jason said, but come back and, or if you can't watch it live, if you're watching on the record, Jason's going to do another song for us in a second. But thank you guys for watching for now. Jason, we'll come back with them in a second.